morning, everybody. I'm Sush Evans, and welcome to the very first in my brand new booktube series called Coffee with Sush. Basically what this is that I will be doing videos kind of updating you on what I'm up to, what I'm thinking, and kind of whatever else I want to talk about. So, big news this weekend, I was in DragonCon in Atlanta, and if you're unfamiliar, DragonCon is kind of the biggest nerd convention here in the Southeast, and probably it's kind of growing on par with that in San Diego, so it was a really big deal. I was actually invited as an attending professional, which I don't know who made the mistake of inviting me because I'm not that important yet, but you know, there we go. So it was kind of interesting because I had this really unique challenge of trying to bring enough books to break even, but I only had 2 book signings, or 2 panels, and 1 1-hour book signing, which if you know me, I'm much more comfortable in front of a table and standing for 10 hours and talking to people. Well, what ended up happening was I ended up finding a couple of sort of free spots, and literally because there's 65,000 people crammed into like 4 hotels. It's insane. But anyway, because there's always people walking around, so I found a couple empty tables, sat up, put my little placard up, and kind of illegally sold some books here and there. But the good news was that I sold out, and that's such a huge thing because it really kind of helped defray the costs. I'm really I'm hopeful next year that I can go as a vendor with my 2 buddies, T.S. Barnett and Kaylin Witt, so they're kind of my partners in crime. And I'll talk a little bit more about them later because we're all going to Tampa. Yeah, so anyway, DragonCon was so much fun and really lots and lots and lots and lots of people, but I also got to see a couple great folks. I got to see Kate Tilton from Kate Chat, and that was really amazing. I got to meet some of my favorite authors. I got to meet Susan Denard. I got to meet Lindsay Cummings and actually sit on a panel with her. I got to meet the amazing Roshni, and who, by the way, speaks just as lyrically in person as she does in her amazing book, Star Touch Queen. Who else did I meet? I met Kim from Kim's Mindstorm, which is a booktube, who actually inspired me to do a booktube, finally, because YouTube scares me and I don't understand it, but I'm going to try. And just a lot of other really awesome people, and I met some new fans, and I sold some books, and that generally is the mark of a really great weekend. So what's happening this week? Well, this week I'm going to be focusing on Magic and Mayhem, which is the 2nd book in the Lexie Kerrigan series. And speaking of Lexie Kerrigan, that's who we're talking about on the blog today. So this is the book cover if you haven't seen it yet. This is my young adult fantasy, and it comes out on exactly 4 weeks from today, which is really exciting. You can actually pre-order it now on all the ebook stores and regular stores, as well as through sgrpub.com. Speaking of pre-orders, let's talk a little bit about Maddie and War Trilogy. So these are the old covers, and these covers have been discontinued. But because I know how people get a little annoyed when publishers change covers in the middle of the series, I'm offering a very limited time offer. If you have these 2 books and you want a copy of The Union to match, then you have until 9/15 to get your pre-order in through sgrpub.com. And so by doing that, that means you will get a matching cover. Every order placed after 9/15 will have one of these covers, which I think are a lot prettier. But regardless of which cover you buy, every single pre-order of Union comes with this, and this is called The Prince and the Heiress, and it's a novella that takes place after the Union. Fair warning, do not read this until you've read the Union, because there's a major giant spoiler on the very first page. Thanks everyone for joining me today at my very first Coffee with Sush. I hope it was helpful, informative, and fun, and hopefully the more I do these, the better I'll get at them. But for now, I just want to say thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Cheers!